everyone, this is GFrom, bringing you my 8th video game review, which is DuckTales for the Nintendo Game Boy. DuckTales, woo! Scrooge McDuck, the richest duck in the world, learns about 5 legendary treasures that will make him even richer than he already is. So he travels all over the world and even to the moon to get more money. Short and simple. In DuckTales you visit 5 different levels which you can play any order you like. The goal of each level is to get to the end while collecting as many treasures as you can. On your way you'll face enemies, treasure chests, rocks and tons of secrets. The stages are non-linear, so you have to explore them. You'll find crystals which give you a good amount of money, ice cream which gives you back 1 health point, cake which gives you full energy, this little Scrooge which gives you an extra life, an M which makes you invincible for a short period of time, and keys to open doors. There are 2 hidden treasures in the game which give you a better ending if you collect both and have enough money. You have 3 hit points which can be upgraded to 5 if you manage to find 2 stars. Depending on which difficulty setting you choose, the more or less damage you can take. You have 3 lives and there's no continue, so take care. On your quest you're not alone. Other characters from the DuckTales universe are there to help you out. Huey, Dewey, Louie and Webby give you information, Miss Beakley gives you ice cream, Bubba gives you a star, Gizmo Dog blasts away a wall for you, and Launchpad either flies you back to the bank where you can leave all your collected money, or helps you out with its helicopter. There are 2 ways of attacking. You'll mostly use your cane as a pogo stick to jump on enemies or to pass spiky grounds. Sometimes you can swing your cane like a golf club to shoot rocks at bats or spiders. Some of the enemies are from the show as well, such as the Beagle Boys and the boss in Transylvania, Magica the Spell. Did I rhyme again? At the end of the levels you of course face a boss, which usually is fairly easy to defeat. As a reward you steal their legendary treasures, such as a crown in the Himalayas or cheese on the moon. It's a Game Boy game, the controls can't be that hard, right? The A button makes you jump. If you stand close to a rock and press the B button in the correct direction on the D-pad, you play golf. The pogo move, however, is a bit tricky and can take a while until you perfectly master it. While in the air, you press B. Doesn't sound that tricky, but in the beginning it can be. When you got used to it, the controls are very tight and satisfying. All of the stages are well designed. You clearly see what everything is supposed to be. I like the fact that the levels are non-linear, making it kinda like a maze. The characters from the show look like in a cartoon, and even 8-bit Scrooge looks just like he should. The love for detail is great, like in Himalayas you can't pogo on the snow. The graphics are among the best I've ever seen on the Game Boy, and the animations are fluid. The different type of levels differ a lot from each other, and despite the Amazon level, which is the only one that didn't blow me away, I really like every one of them. The moon level is really cool, although I wonder if ducks can breathe in space. Maybe we should send up a duck there to find out. My favorite stage, however, is Transylvania. It is a creepy feeling, at least for little kids I think, and if you swing your cane at one of those, a ghost appears. Genius. The game designers must have liked this stage too, because you have to visit it 3 times. One time when you pick this stage, then in the African mines you have to go back to Transylvania to get a key, and the last level is also Transylvania, just without treasures and a different boss. Now that's creativity, people. This game has one of those soundtracks that just gets stuck in your head forever. Seriously, when you play this, you will just go like later that day. When you've defeated a boss, you'll hear a familiar tune if you grew up in that time. Told ya. My favorite tune is not the moon theme, as you might would have expected. No, it's the Transylvania tune. It's one of the best tunes in Game Boy history in my opinion, and it fits the stage very well. So I don't mind hearing the song 3 times while playing through this game. The theme song from the show is of course very catchy, and this version is no exception. And although the moon song sounds a little broken in the beginning, it's as glorious as ever. The problem with this song is that I always hear certain lyrics in my head while playing, thanks to one man.
It's a soaring song, flying high like a tree.
Curse you, breath of loss. Curse you!
Underscoring the life of a retarded mallard on the f***ing moon.
DuckTales was developed and published by Capcom in 1990 for both the NES and the Game Boy. While the two versions share the same gameplay, the music and the levels had different sounds and graphics. The layout in the Game Boy version is not the same as in the NES one, due to lower screen resolution. So they aren't the same game at all, although they are very similar. The NES version is considered one of the best, most memorable and successful games in the NES library, while the Game Boy version doesn't get that much attention nowadays when talking about the DuckTales game. There was even a sequel, DuckTales 2, which ironically didn't do so well on the NES, while the Game Boy port was very successful. How you like that? In the Amazons you have to pay a lot of money to this statue in order to pass by. You don't have to do that. When you enter this place, get to this hidden area over here. If you follow this way, you'll be at the boss within seconds without losing your money. In Transylvania you will get to a point where there are two mirrors which teleport you to different places. Take the one on the right, it will lead you to the boss. And even though you don't want to fly back to the bank, talk to Launchpad because that will give you a checkpoint which can be useful in some stages. I don't have much to complain about. It's kinda dumb that you have to visit Transylvania 3 times, but I don't mind that much. This game is a bit too short. I can beat it in under 20 minutes on hard. I haven't timed it yet though. Sometimes there's a bit of slowdown going on, and they could have proofread this game. Dracula Duck? Yeah, I'm sure I know him from somewhere. There's just one part in this game that kinda pisses me off. In the Himalayas you go down, down, down all the time. Here you know you can't go down any further, but here you think it's a hole like all the others, but no, you die, which makes no sense since you can go down on the right. That's kind of annoying, don't you think? I like almost everything about this game. Graphics and level design is great. The game feels like a DuckTales game should feel. Cartoony look, many characters from the show, and catchy music. Especially the music makes this game so memorable after 20 years. 20 years, holy crap, now I feel really old. While the game is short, there's lots of stuff to do, and many secrets to find. I played the shit out of this game as a kid, and I'm sure I haven't found everything yet. It's so much fun to mess around with the pogo cane and speedrun through the levels. I also like that after you defeat a Dracula duck, you have to race against the second richest duck in the world to get the treasure. It's easy, but a nice idea. It's hard to pick something that stands out as being great, because the whole game is just one huge little piece of greatness on the go. Playing DuckTales on the Game Boy is like traveling back in time to the early and mid-90s. I feel like a little kid again when I pop this thing into my Game Boy Pocket. Compared to the NES version, there's absolutely no downside for this game. I actually prefer this port over the NES one, and that's not because of nostalgia, because I had both versions as a kid. It's just something about the Game Boy one that fills my heart with something warm. Maybe it's that thought of being able to play DuckTales on the go whenever I want to, that's still stuck in my mind after so many years. In conclusion, this is, wait for it, my favorite Game Boy game of all time. Now don't get me wrong, there are many titles for the Game Boy that are really great, but for some reason DuckTales takes the crown and stays there forever, or until I find a better game. Many great Game Boy games get overlooked nowadays, which is weird because everybody had one. And if you still have your Game Boy, then make sure to buy DuckTales, even if you have the NES version, because this is kind of a different experience. If you love the show as much as I do, and like to play jump and runs as much as I do, this licensed game is a no-brainer. Seriously. So that's it for this time. Thanks for watching, I hope you liked the review and feel the need to pogo with a cane. Feel free to rate, comment and subscribe. My next review will be Wii Sports for the Wii. I'll see you later, have a nice day.
Nice throw!
Make sure to check out part 2 of this review for a more personal look at the masterpiece that is DuckTales for the Nintendo Game Boy. See you later.